After completing the preliminary exercise, I had to improve my production skills, as music magazines have very different conventions when compared to a college magazine. Music magazines tend to have a different layout, as well as including certain pieces of information like a barcode and prices, as college magazines do not include these aspects. Music magazines have barcodes, prices and websites, whereas college magazines do not. This means that I had to find out what these parts are on a magazine and how they work on the page. My main product uses different techniques and colour schemes that overall look better on the magazine pages. I use different fonts that are more unique and visually appealing, so the magazine pages are more interesting to look at. My music magazine is a lot more interesting than the preliminary exercise, as I include more compelling articles. The photography looks a lot better as I've manipulated images to make them look more effective on the page. I now understand how important research is after creating this magazine. Without finding out the codes and conventions of a media magazine, I would have struggled to design my magazine so that it is aimed towards my target audience, as well as not knowing what my target audience would want me to include in my magazine. Organisation and time management are very important, and I had to make sure that I had these skills in producing my magazine. I had to ensure that all my research was easy to find and well organised, so I could refer to it when creating my magazine, as well as having all the resources like photographs ready on my computer to input them into the software. Being able to manage my time when creating my magazine was extremely important, as I had to make sure that I could create my magazine quickly but not rush it so that the quality decreases as the pages go on. I had to make sure that I had all my research ready before I started to create my magazine, as without it, my magazine would not be created effectively. When working on my magazine, it was important that I backed up my work after modifying it. I made sure that it was saved in my documents so that I could access it on any computer around college, as well as saving it on OneDrive so I could download the file if the college server stops working properly. I also emailed my work to my personal email a few times for extra security. In the process of creating my magazine, I had to work with people when getting photographs ready for my magazine. There was some difficulty in designating times where all of us were available. However, we managed to overcome this problem by working out suitable times for all of us. I also worked with other people by giving criteria to improve other people's work. I have made suggestions that have been effective, and the people that I have helped in return gave me some criteria too. So overall, we all helped each other out with advice to make our products more effective. If I had to make another music magazine, I would use different models, as older models would be more effective when talking about clubs and festivals. Models who are around 20 years old would be a lot more relatable for audiences of that age. I would also take setting into consideration, as I would take photos of a club event, so the atmosphere of the club could be created through the imagery in the magazine for the readers. In the photographs, where the producer is not in a club or studio, I would use props like turntables or speakers to emphasise the fact that they are a DJ, even though they are not currently doing a set.
Created using Powtoon.